Hey, what's good? What is good? So, you see the picture. Can I move it? She is miserable, ain't she? It's a shame. I almost feel bad for her, but not really. Hold on. Might get a little echo here. I'm playing around with some stuff on my desktop. Hold on. Might get a little echo here. Playing around with some stuff. Alright, so anyway, what's up, y'all? It's your man's Ken Jackson coming to you from my mobile platform, Prism Live. I haven't used this thing in over a year, I think. It's been a while. I had to update it and everything when I started it up. But it works. It works great, actually. I don't know why I don't use it more. I should. And I'm probably going to. But anyway, look at the picture. Melania Trump. Miserable. Miserable. She has to sit next to Donald's funky ass and make these embarrassing ass appearances, and but apparently she gets paid well. Now I don't know if it's true, but rumor has it she gets about $5 million to make personal appearances with Donald. And if that's the case, shit, I'd appear with his dumb ass too. For $5 million, yeah, I think I'd appear with him. Yeah, call me a sellout or whatever. You know, you don't have to like a motherfucker to take his money though. But anyway, the face tells it all. You know, she's just an arm piece. You know, she doesn't bring any level of intelligence that I'm aware of, you know, to the game. All of her speeches that she's ever given were plagiarized from Michelle Obama. And don't get your panties all up in a bunch, MAGA, you know it's true. And I'm quite sure she never thought in a million years she'd be married to a stinking ass cowardly felon like Donald Trump. But hey, you know, some people's standards are low. I'm not saying hers is, but I'm just saying. But anyhow, I would love to be a fly on the wall in their room and to witness the behind-the-scenes chaos that I'm sure is going on, not only within the family, but just in general. She can't be living a happy life. Yeah, she has a money-filled life, I'm sure, but what's she gonna do when the money runs out? I guess if she don't hurry up, she'll be too damn old to find another fake billionaire to latch on to. I know I shouldn't be talking bad about the First Lady and the President, but you know what? Fuck both of them. They don't like people like me, and I don't like people like them. Alright, that's my daily bullshit. I actually just wanted to test this app out, and because I didn't know we could bring media into it. That's something new, I guess. But as I said, it works. And you know, hey, Quarter Life Genesis, how you doing, sir? Or ma'am? I think it's sir or ma'am. I can't see because it's so small on my screen, but thank you for logging on. I'm just talking some dumb shit today, which is most days. Nothing serious, because we live in such an unserious world now that appears to be headed for damnation. I was reading earlier that Vladimir, Trump's old buddy, ain't paying no attention to Trump and is directly challenging NATO, daring NATO to do anything about the war in Ukraine. Obviously, since Trump hasn't been able to stop it since day one. But he's always talking about these 7 wars he stopped. What 7 wars did he stop? I know I was about to sign off, and now I'm on this bullshit. But I gotta ask the question, what 7 wars did Trump stop? I'm still trying to figure that out. Let Trump tell it. The entire world was just in complete and utter chaos until he took over. Of course, we know the world's in chaos now since he's taken over as president, which I hate that title for him, but he got elected. And he's right. The elections were rigged. They were definitely rigged. And, of course, that's how he won. He lost last time because the rigging wasn't good enough. And so this time around, he rigged it a little bit better, and boom, we got what we got. Anyway, some of y'all will disagree, and that's fine. You can disagree. You know, I'm not here for agreement, disagreement, or anything else. I don't need anybody's approval. I'm going to say what I'm going to say because guess what? We have freedom of speech. Yesterday, Pam Bondi said she was going to determine what was free speech and what was hate speech because of the Charlie Kirk thing. No, Ms. Bondi, you don't get to determine what free speech is. The Constitution has already spelled it out. We can say any fucking thing we choose to say. Plain and simple. We may not like what other people say, and I addressed this yesterday in my broadcast that, although we may not like what people say, they're free to say it. However hateful, or vulgar or despicable it may be, they are free to say what they want to say. You have no control over that. But what you do have control over is how you respond. You can let it affect you and cause you to get all up in your feelings, or you can just ignore the bullshit, or you can comment back and reply, in whatever way vocally you wish to reply. But listen, don't go out here shooting up shit, and trying to hurt people and all that because you don't like what they said, or you don't like what they stand for, or you don't like what they believe in. Because nothing that they say, nothing that they believe, nothing that they stand for is affecting you directly. Unless a motherfucker puts their hands on you or they try to harm you physically, you got no business trying to hurt anybody else. So we can go back and forth verbally all day long. I just want y'all to know, to the haters out there, you can say any fucking thing you want to me. Not gonna bother me one bit. And I may respond. Because I got a mouth too. And I can talk shit with the best of them. So keep that in mind. Come at me if you want. Hit me in the inbox. DM me. Email me. Tell me, what a piece of shit you might think I am. It's all good. I'm ready. Plain and simple. That sounds crazy, right? Because I'm no tough guy or nothing like that, but I'm going to speak my mind, just like you should all speak your minds. Don't let anybody try to shut you down from saying whatever you want to say. Say it. I respect you more too, especially if you're one of my haters. I respect you 100% more if you just say what you want to say about me, to me, or whatever. So no, quarter life Genesis. I didn't just assume your gender. So I was just reiterating. I don't know if you're male or female. I can't see your icon on my screen because I got bad eyes. So if you're male or female doesn't really matter. So I just didn't want to reply improperly, sir or ma'am. Plain and simple. So and let you rephrase, no one cares what race you are. Oh, that's bullshit. A lot of people care what race I am. A lot of people do. A lot of people care what race you are. I just don't pay attention to it because to me it doesn't really matter. But people do care. If people didn't care, if no one cared, there wouldn't be any issues with race. There wouldn't be any racial segregation or racial hatred in any form whatsoever. But people do care. A lot of people care. I happen to be one of those that don't care. I'm just me. So, it's not about, what anybody else may think or feel, about me personally. Because people are free to think or feel whatever. It doesn't matter. As long as you feel good about yourself, or however you feel about yourself, that's up to you. I'm okay in my skin. I feel great in my skin. You know what I mean? And for those that don't like my skin, I don't give a damn. It is that simple. We don't have to complicate our lives with bullshit that we can't control. I can't control how you feel. I can't control what you say. I'm in 100% control of how I respond to it, though. That's it. It don't get any more simpler than that. So most people out here, though, are all up in their feelings and they let their emotions lead the way. That's not how I live. It's not how I live whatsoever. Today's my birthday. I turned 60 today. 60 years old. Not young, 60 years old. And you know what? I feel every bit of it. But I'm just happy to be here. You know what I mean? But what I'm worried for is the world is going to be left behind for my kids, my grandkids. Hopefully, there's enough of us out here that can force these idiots, out of office and out of things that they shouldn't be in charge of. It's crazy when I think about the fact that we have a criminal running our government that literally has the nerve to try to dictate law and order to the rest of us. Think about that. We have a 34-time convicted felon in charge of our nation's law enforcement. That is just crazy to me. That could only happen in a bizarro world known as America. You know what? And wow. That's all I can say is wow. But as it stands right now, there's still opportunity. When the next election rolls around, we just got to work hard to beat the fix, because the fix is in. Believe that. The fix is in with all the gerrymandering, and threats coming down from the White House, to other state and local officials about how they should adjust their voting rules within their states and municipalities. The fix is in, y'all. This clown is already asking or working on trying to run for a third term. Let's knock off the bullshit. Let's just knock it all off. But uncomplicate your lives, man. Get out your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, when you let go of all the emotional attachment that you have to certain things, you will find your life becomes way more stress-free, or a lot less stressful, I should have said. Don't let your emotions, get you fucked up. It's that simple. But anyway, let me sign the hell off like I was supposed to about 5 minutes ago. Everybody, thank y'all for logging on. Mr. Thompson, amen to you as well. Miss MacArthur. Oh, Annette MacArthur. See, I got to say this again. Were you okay when Biden was president? I absolutely was. I had no issues with Joe Biden whatsoever, other than the fact that he is old now, and he shouldn't have even attempted to run for re-election. Was he perfect? Absolutely not. He was not perfect at all. But he wasn't a fascist. He wasn't a dictator. And he wasn't trying to destroy this country. Absolutely, I was okay with Biden. Tell me what Biden did to you that was so bad. I hear so many people trying to talk about the Biden crime family. What crimes? What crimes? Biden was never charged nor convicted of any crime. So tell me about this crime family. Donald Trump, on the other hand, is convicted 34 times. And he's still committing crimes. He is still committing crimes. And if you deny that, then honestly, you're an idiot. But you're free to be an idiot. That's what makes this country special, is because you are totally free to be an idiot. Whether I'm okay with it or not, whether anybody else is okay with it or not, you are free to be an idiot. And I'm free to call you an idiot. And you can call me what you want as well. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Trust me. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. President Joe Biden was a good president. He accomplished a lot. He accomplished a lot. Donald Trump has done a few good things as well. He has. If you got to be honest, he's done a few good things, not many. But I can't support a criminal. I can't support a grifter. There's nowhere that you can say that Joe Biden used the White House to make millions of dollars. Anybody in the White House is going to make millions of dollars, especially after they leave. They write books, they get speaking fees, they get paid to appear. That can't be avoided. They make a lot of money from being, but Donald Trump is actually using the White House and the office to increase his wealth actively while he's in office. And that's wrong. That's a crime. And he's charging it to you and me. We're footing the bill for his criminal activities. Are you okay with that? Are you? You see, Miss MacArthur, I grew up in the New York, New Jersey area. And my father was a plumbing and heating contractor. One of the biggest in the area. And has actually had dealings with your president. And is actually still owed money by that organization. Here we are some 50 years later, still owed money by that organization. Because it's always been his MO to hire contractors and then find ways to not pay them. That's a fact. So when I talk shit about your president, I'm talking shit from a personal perspective because I've had personal experience. I spent 30 years in the music industry and have had dealings with your president because he always wanted to be involved and show his face on the hip-hop scene as if he was down with us. Motherfucker's never been down with us. Fuck him and his entire DNA strain. Especially, too, as a veteran of the United States Navy, I could never support his coward ass. He's a 5-time draft dodger. And nobody in his bloodline has ever served this country. Ever. Ever. Are you okay with that? So, fuck your president, because I'm free to say that. And fuck that other dude from last week. I'm not even going to say his name, because he definitely didn't like people that look like me. And to you, Mr. Quarter-Life Genesis, that's a motherfucker that gave a shit, that cared about what race I was, because he felt like my race shouldn't even be here. Even though we were here first. So, keep that in mind. Alright, y'all, I'm your man's Ken Jackson. This is the Ken Jackson Experience, and this has been my daily rant, which I'm free to do because we have freedom of speech in America. Alright, so catch y'all next time. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel right here, Crazy Baby TV World, home of the Ken Jackson Experience. I don't have merchandise to sell you, so guess what? I'm not trying to get in your pocket or scam you out of anything. But subscribe. Every now and then I got something good to say that might be useful to you. Until next time, y'all, peace. I'm out.